Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Where does the fish come from? And why is it on everybody's bumper? So if you live in the United States, you've been driving around, I'm sure, and you've seen this little fish on the back of people's cars, and you probably know that it in some way represents that that person who's driving is a Christian. But the question is why? What's the origin of the fish? I am by no means proficient in Greek, but I did take a year of Greek back in Bible college or preaching school, whatever you want to call it, and I want to share with you one of the more interesting tidbits that I learned in Greek class.
Maybe you've never learned a Greek word before, or perhaps you've never even seen a Greek word. That's okay. Let's learn one together. So this is, and again, pardon my amateur Greek writing, this is the word that is pronounced Ichthus. And this word means, as you may have guessed already, fish. So you'll notice that we took our word and we wrote it vertically down the left side in red, Ichthus. So that's our word for fish. And this is going to be an acrostic, and this is how it came to be significant, is that each one of these letters is going to stand for a word. And so our first one up here at the top of the iota is for the word, Greek word, Jesus. And that is translated as Jesus. All right, and then the second one is pronounced something like Christos, and that's anointed or Christ. Right, and then moving down to number 3 here is Theou, and that is of God. Next one, Huios, and that is the son of. So you may see where we're going here with this, and then the very last word is soter, and that means Savior. And so basically, they took this, and the loose way of translating it, I guess, would be Jesus Christ, Son of God, our Savior. And so this became a prominent symbol in the early church, in the early first centuries of the church, and it continues on even today. And so that's where that comes from. And a lot of people think that when there were secret meetings of the church, that the Christians would make this symbol in the dirt with their feet, which would be pretty easy to do, and that would show the way to whosever house they were meeting in, because obviously they were under persecution. And it was very easy for somebody to come along after them and kind of erase that symbol with their feet, and maybe no one would be the wiser. It also, obviously, there's many references to fish in the New Testament. Jesus was very associated with fish, whether it was feeding the 5,000 or the swarm of fish that ended up in the net, or the fact that the apostles were fishermen. So many pictures and references of fish that it would have been a associatable symbol for the early church. And so that is how we get the fish on the back of people's bumpers. And I imagine a lot of times people don't know what it means, but every once in a while you will see a fish with the word Ichthus written inside. And so next time you see that, you'll know exactly where that comes from. So I hope this has been as interesting to you as it was for me when I first learned it. And you can impress your friends now with your Greek knowledge. So thank you again for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.